So the first step is going to be to solder the header pins onto the Arduino. And the first thing that we need to do is break them into the appropriate length. And then solder them on so that it looks like this. After soldering header pins onto the Arduino, the next step is to put header pins onto the 9° of freedom sensor and the SD card reader. After installing the header pins onto the 9° freedom sensor and the SD card reader, the next step is to install the female header pins onto the proto board. You will need to install additional female header pins for each of the sensors, including the 9° freedom sensor and the temperature sensor. You also need to install wires as per the instructions. To solder wire onto the board, first you're going to need to cut it to the appropriate length. Stick the bare end through the hole. Have a partner double check your work, and then finish soldering on the other side. The Rising Data Payload is made up of two different boards. The first is the component board, which we just assembled, and the second is the battery board, which powers it. To build the battery board, first place and install the wires as shown in the diagram in the instructions. As usual, have a partner double check your work. Take the power and the ground wire from the battery pack and place them onto the board as per the instructions. Double check your work, and when you're satisfied, solder the wires into place. As per the past instructions, install the switch and the voltage regulator onto the board. Be sure to double check your work and follow the diagrams in the instructions carefully. To secure the battery holder onto the battery board, we're going to use a rubber band. If you have zip ties or any other means of fastening it, that works as well. Now we will assemble the payload. Using the provided standoffs, make 4 1.5-inch standoffs by connecting 3 of the 1/2-inch hex standoffs together. Place 1 1/2-inch hex standoff through each of the outside holes on the battery board. Notice that the battery side is facing up. Screw the 1.5-inch rails onto the threaded standoffs as shown. Wrap rubber bands around the rails as shown in order to hold the sleds in place. Place the 3D printed sleds over the rails as shown. Wrap another set of rubber bands around the rails. Place the protoboard as shown and secure it in place with the last 4 1/2 inch hex standoffs.